Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome back into the End of the Bench. I'm Rob Breaux alongside Craig Wells. Lucas White behind the glass as always. And we have the Open to open with.
The British or the Open?
I just call it the Open because they do. We can call it the British Open. I don't care.
No.
The field got off late last night. Did you stay up till midnight to watch a couple tee off?
I did not.
Or 1 a.m., whenever it was?
Yeah. Nope, I did not. I missed that part.
Didn't get any of that in?
That's what highlights are for.
Ludwig Aubert just about to tee off or has just teed off. Alongside, it looks like Victor Hovland and Jordan Spieth. Rose, DeChambeau, and McIntyre off just before them. Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and Tommy Fleetwood off just after. So we'll have those to look forward to during the show. Tony Finau. Let's see. Who else do I know here? That's about it for the rest of the morning.
Sergio, he's -3.
Well, then a lot of guys have already teed off. Matt Fitzpatrick among the leaders at -4. Sergio Garcia just behind at -3 through 7. Fitzpatrick was -4. He's already through the day. Lee Westwood also through the day. He's -2. Scotty Scheffler through 14 at -1 with John Rahm. Let's see. Sam Burns even. Xander Schauffele even. Stuart Sink even through the turn. So we'll keep up with the Open. See, I don't like calling it the British Open because they're in Ireland.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Of which
maybe the European Open or something.
Yeah, but it's the Open, not the U.S. Open.
Right.
But the Open.
Right.
Yep. They got their day in the sun.
It doesn't bother me, but it feels like it might bother you a little bit that it's just the Open.
I mean,
it is a little. It's
the same tournament it was 25 years ago, and it was the British Open then. Nothing's changed, and yet they want. And I understand that it's all about branding, and it's all about you being the Open, and I understand that, but I just
it insists upon itself. You're saying.
Yeah. And I'm assuming, since you mentioned Ireland, that Rory would probably be a strong favorite since he's the Irish hope, I think. He and Steve, Shane Lowry.
Certainly. Again, Roy tees off in a matter of minutes. We'll get that on during the break. The ESPYs were also last night. You came in today, Craig, and said, "Did you watch the ESPYs?" I said, "No, did you?" And you said, "No, I was hoping you did." I've not watched the ESPYs because that used to be moderately appointment television at this time of year for me. Back when I did watch SportsCenter and pardon the interruption.
Yeah.
Around the Horn. What was the one with Cowherd and Beatles?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
Around Sports Nation.
Yeah, Sports Nation.
That was a great one.
Yeah. They were both good together, I thought.
Oh, yeah. And I like Max Kellerman was on it for a second, too. Yeah. I really enjoyed those shows. I watched them all the time, and I watched the ESPN, the ESPYs, Peyton Manning was hosting.
I did
that kind
see.
of stuff. And I watched some Shane Gillis monologue on Twitter.
But
I did not lock in for any of the awards.
I saw the tribute to Lee Corso. I did see that on the highlight, and I thought that was really good.
I didn't catch that this morning.
Yeah. 'Speaking of shows like that, FS1, Fox Sports 1, I guess, is cleaning house. They've done away with 2 or 3 of their shows. Emmanuel Acho and his show. Joy Taylor, her show. And I think there was 3 total. So something's going to happen there.
Yeah, allegedly, yesterday the news coming out that they were going to hire Barstool
Dave
employees.
Portnoy,
Yeah, Portnoy's going to join. And it seemed like it was going to be a Big Cat, Dan Katz, Portnoy afternoon show lead into Cowherd.
Yeah.
Which they've done a show together on during football season of just gambling. Sports gambling. I don't know if that's something that they'll do weekdays. Are they going to have them do that? And also, Portnoy's going to join Big Noon Kickoff, allegedly.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of role that is. If he's just the guy that sits off to the side and gives you lines, or if he's going to
go to pizza joints in the town.
Sure. Yeah, maybe. Or if he's just going to be on the dais with the other guys and try to say the most outrageous things.
I haven't seen anything official yet, and I'm kind of thinking this might happen. You know, back in the day, somebody struck up the idea, let's take a sports radio show, put it on television, let them simulcast, and that'll be 3 hours of TV time, and it'll be interesting. I'm not real sure that we're not going to start seeing some podcasts. And you don't have to do them every day. You can take one podcast this day, the next podcast the next day, and you could call it, the podcast hour or whatever. And I'm not real sure we're not going to start seeing some of those because they're very well played on YouTube. They're very well watched. If you have the right guest, I mean, you can get all kinds of views, and there doesn't, other than language, which might have to change, there's not much that would have to change from going podcast to TV.
Yeah, the breaks, you're a little more structured.
Yeah.
If you're doing it that way. Of course, that's the Pat McAfee.
You're right.
I mean,
exactly.
He was on Sirius, which is a little more free run on the breaks. And then he was on terrestrial radio. And then he gets called up to ESPN. They simulcast
Indianapolis,
on TV.
Is that where it was?
He's in Indianapolis, yeah. He's still there. But he started with Barstool after his career, and it got on with Sirius, and that's how the Sirius thing happened. Then he broke off, went to Sirius, and he was on terrestrial, and then he gets to ESPN. Before all that, they tried to do Pardon My Take TV, Barstool TV.
Yeah.
Barstool Van Talk, I think they called it. At ESPN. It went one episode of them doing their Pardon My Take TV show, and people in the ESPN building were like, nope.
Yep.
Even though the main guy was like, this is probably pretty good for us. And then they finally got McAfee. So that's what Fox is trying to do, but Fox, nobody watches Fox.
Yep.
And Fox doesn't have the internet presence, so they're trying to tie in to Barstool because Barstool has a massive internet audience.
Yep.
And I think ESPN makes most of their McAfee money on social media.
Yep. Because
he's clipped to death.
Yep.
And that's what Barstool does. Barstool makes all their money on social media.
Yeah, I can see some things. You remember the old Don Imus in the morning? It was more just entertainment, not sports. But I can see some podcasts making their way. If they've got the views they've got on the internet.
Right, we'll see what Fox does.
Yeah.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. Scotty Scheffler making a run at the Open. He's trying to close with the leaders. He's through 17, one shot back. Rory McIlroy trying to get back under par?
Right.
Back even?
Back to even.
Get away from over. Oh, there's Trey Wingo doing some golf.
I haven't seen him in forever.
I see him tweeting sometimes, but I didn't know he was doing golf stuff. Is he? I guess he's with NBC.
Yeah, a Baylor alum.
Yeah, I like his NFL opinions.
Yeah,
he used to be on the NFL shows, but I guess that was when he was on ESPN.
Yep.
All right, let's check the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It's National Lottery Day. I'll buy a scratch off or something today just for kicks and giggles.
Yeah. I think it's kind of up there a little bit too. I think.
Oh, like one of the Mega Millions or Powerballs or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one of them. I think one of them is.
Well, let's try it out.
There you go.
It's World Emoji Day. Do you use emojis, Craig?
Yes.
Or is it thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Okay.
Yep, that's about the extent of it.
No crying, laughing emojis
no.
The skull.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucas, top 3 emojis. What do you got? I know you're an emoji guy.
So my top 3 is the laughing, crying emoji. Then I have the one where it's gritting its teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Like kind of awkward kind of thing. And then the one where the face is melting.
Okay.
So those are my top 3 used. My
problem with the emojis is the crying and the laugh. They need to make them just a little bit bigger so you can definitely see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like the crying, you have to find those tears. You have to look.
Yeah.
Make them a little bit bigger.
The crying one has like streams of tears, and the laughing one has them shooting off the face.
Yeah.
It's National Peach Ice Cream Day. I don't know that I've had peach ice cream, but I would not say no to a cup. It's National Tattoo Day. I believe Lucas is the only one with tattoos amongst the 3 of us.
Tattooless.
Oh, I'm tattooless.
Yeah. You tell somebody I'm tattooless, that doesn't sound real good, but
no,
it may not be in some people's eyes.
Of course, getting tattooed doesn't really seem good either.
Yeah.
And
I have to say, in the world of sports, that I did get tattooed a couple of times.
Hey man, it happened to the best of us. We were doing a drill like in junior high football, maybe. Like what's the pool game? Sharks and minnows.
Yeah.
Where you start on one side and you have to go to the other. We're doing that. If you get tackled, you join the other team, right? You got to run across the field.
Yep.
Well, I thought I was not seen one time running down the sidelines, just kind of jogging my way through. I was like, oh, they're all in the middle. Nobody cares. This dude hit me under the chin and took me off the ground. It's pretty aggressive.
There used to be a drill called the Oklahoma drill.
Oh, yeah.
You lay on your back.
Uh-huh.
Here comes the ball runner. You get up and tackle him. All right, that's all good. It's fair. It's a good tackling drill until you're laying on the ground and you're in the 8th grade. You're below normal. You're 5, maybe 5'9", 5'10", weigh 112, and the guy that's running with the ball is about in the 8th grade, about 6'2", 250. And, I mean, he didn't even break stride. He just right over me. And
he might still be 6'2", 250.
Yeah, that's right.
You grew up with a man that
and I still hadn't caught him either, I can tell you that. Man, he was a man amongst boys, and I proved that theory right.
Give us on the chat line your either biggest hits or the time you got hit the biggest.
Yep.
I was another time I got decleated. I was a freshman, just doing like maybe a sophomore doing like scout team stuff, and they had me at defensive end, and I just got G'd.
Yeah.
From Nick Johnson, Tricky Nicky they called him.
Yep.
He murdered me. All right, let's get some birthdays here.
Yep.
We have quite a few birthdays
Okay.
today, but we have Rick Barnes turning 71 years old today. So happy birthday to Rick Barnes. Mason Rudolph turning 30.
Oklahoma State boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. OG Ananobi turning 28.
Kansas? No.
No.
That's Agbaji.
Yeah. I don't know where OG.
Purdue?
Not sure.
I'll look it up.
Connor Bedard turning 20. David Hasselhoff turning 73. Mick Cronin turning 54.
The Hoosiers. I knew it was Indiana.
R&B singer Jeremiah turning 38. Country singer Luke Bryan turning 49.
Ooh.
And Donald Sutherland from MASH and the Hunger Games would have had a birthday today.
Kiefer's dad.
Yep. All right, 1902. This is for you, Lucas. The Orioles forfeited a game with 5 players, and then they turned around and, at the end, just gave the team back to the American League and said, it's yours. 1902, that was kind of a long time ago. 1918, the longest errorless game. Cubs-Phillies, 2-1 in 21 innings with no errors.
Wow.
1941, I think a lot of people know this one. 56-game hitting streak of Joe DiMaggio came to a halt. 1976 was the first day of the Montreal Olympics. 33 nations boycotted. 1990, the Twins turned 2 triple plays in one game in a loss to Boston.
That's awesome.
And 2024, Kevin Sullivan, 14 years old, 293 days, became the youngest professional athlete ever in Major League Soccer.
Oh.
And I say
Is that across the pond?
Yeah, and I say that a 12-year-old Chinese young man won a world swimming title yesterday.
Wow.
So that wasn't professional, but so 14 years old, MLS soccer.
MLS?
No, just in
okay.
European, I think. But 14 years old, 293 days.
Have you ever watched the David Beckham documentary?
I have not.
It's fascinating because he, over there, the Champions League or whatever it is, all those clubs have younger clubs, kind of like the under 19 and under 16 for Team USA. They have those for like Man United. So they've got club teams.
So like a farm team?
Yeah, like farm teams.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they necessarily own the contracts, but David Beckham went through those to get up to where he was, and then obviously went off to Bayern Munich and the super team. I
think hockey and soccer seem to be, to me, the two sports where high schoolers, NBA, you have them, LeBron, of course, but I mean, it just seems like that's a sport. You talk about Beckham. One of the things that has fascinated me is how rabid soccer fans are, and they're every bit as rabid, and maybe even more so than NFL fans. I mean, those people. I
track it with NFL. I would say college football still leads.
Yeah,
but those the crowds and whatever I don't know that I would equate knowing songs and chants to being rabid always, but they seem to be into it.
Yep.
It would be fun to go to a game at Wembley, a big champion.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big soccer guy, but
I'm not either.
More after this. 100.7 The Score.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. Checking in on the Open. Ludwig through 4. And Oberg is +2.
Okay. Have you ever seen this before? Guy gets lined up to putt, looking at it, and he sees a piece of paper in here or a leaf or something, goes over and twig. What's he do with it?
Tosses it.
Where? Right into the line of the next guy that's putting. That just happened a while ago. Brandon DeChambeau.
Well, it's not in front of his.
Yeah, he goes, okay, I'll get this little thing out of the way, and he ticks it and throws it over, and the next guy has to go and do the exact same thing.
Did you see Bryson DeChambeau's practice round at all?
I did not.
So he tees off with an iron at a certain hole. And obviously, probably what he's going to do to keep it in the fairway here. That's what you have to do at these kind of courses, the link style courses. And the crowd's like, oh, come on. Show us the driver. So he's walking off, and he's like, you know what? Fine. It's a practice round. I'll smash the driver for you guys. And he just long balls one. Complete baseball swing, nearly spins around. It's like, you're going to hurt yourself going into the Open, but, the crowd goes wild.
That's what they came to see.
Yeah, absolutely. DeChambeau was insufferable for a couple of years when he got to the PGA. Somehow Liv DeChambeau was more likable.
He has made a concentrated effort to be fan friendly, and it's
working.
Hired
a PR team.
Yeah, and that's probably what happened.
Got some some media training and life training,
and he's doing a pretty good job of winning people over as far as his personality and everything, and he's saying the right things, during and after the tournament and so forth. So you're right. Somebody's helped him along that way.
All right, Lucas, let's do a couple of burning questions here.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
So obviously the All-Star break has come and gone, and baseball is back in action tomorrow. Outside of the two Texas teams, what storyline or trade possibility are you most interested in kind of following for the second half of the MLB season?
Outside of the
Rangers,
teams.
outside of the Astros.
Well, I am interested in the Orioles trades, but because I want them to go to Texas, I am interested to see.
For me, it's the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing if they get another starting pitcher or somebody in the bullpen, just to kind of, obviously they're on a 10-game winning streak and they're clicking well with all their young talent that they've called up this season. See what they do with the rotation.
Yeah, I'm much more intrigued with the bubble than like the Tigers or even the Dodgers that are more games up. Like the Brewers. What do the Brewers do? What do the Royals do? Obviously the Rangers. What do the Rangers do? The Diamondbacks. Did Eugenio Suarez, he got hit in the hand. He's fine, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Got hit in the hand in the All-Star game.
He's the one that was going to be in the home run swing off.
Yeah.
And he couldn't because of his injury in his hand.
So that's what I'll be looking for. Like the Twins or the Tigers too far in front for the Twins to compete that they don't even go for the wild card. They just say, all right, we'll try again next year. Do they sell off? Carlos Correa or Harrison Bader, one of those guys. So obviously the Rangers are what I'm watching the most, but what are you looking forward to?
I am really curious to what the Dodgers are going to do to put the nail in the coffin. They've got a lot of money. They're winning, but nobody is ever satisfied. And I just got a hunch that they're going to do something that says, okay, you got to really play good to beat us now. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a pitcher. I don't know if it's a position player. And I think injuries might dictate that if they get somebody injured and so. But they've got the money. They're going to go out and get somebody that will immediately help them. I don't know who it is, but I think they want to put the nail in the coffin. They don't want it to be a close National League Series there or even a World Series. But I think they want something to guarantee they're going to get that World Series position.
What else you got?
So this is obviously up for debate, but I saw a Mount Rushmore of former NFL running backs.
Okay.
Of Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders, and Marshall Faulk. Change, swap, what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously it's all objective. People have their own Mount Rushmores, but that's one that I saw yesterday. Change, alter, what are your thoughts?
Craig, I'll let you go first.
Okay. As good as he was, you got to take off Marshall Faulk and put in Gale Sayers. And my next one to come off, and I'm having to think while I'm saying this who I would put on, but I think LaDainian Tomlinson would have to come off. And I'm not real sure that Emmitt Smith wouldn't be on there.
Say one more time, the four they picked.
Adrian Peterson, Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson.
I guess Marshall Faulk because what he provided out in the backfield.
Yeah.
To not have Emmitt Smith on any kind of Mount Rushmore. Well, he had a great offensive line. Well, he wasn't asked he carried the ball a lot. He's the all-time leading rusher. Nobody else has been as productive as Emmitt Smith in the history of football. No one has been as available as Emmitt Smith in the history of football. He played through broken hands. He played through other injuries. He had the longevity. He had the consistency. You can't fault a guy. He didn't jump around like Barry Sanders. He is one of, if not the greatest running backs of all time, Emmitt Smith. Okay, he's on there. I'd put Walter Payton on there. Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson. Those would be my four.
Walter Payton came into my mind. So did Eric Dickerson.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of unanimous that Faulk would be the first one off that Mount Rushmore. Yes. And then, unfortunately, LT would be next.
I'm down with Tomlinson over Adrian Peterson.
I'm going to tell you guys something. And y'all didn't get to see him in his prime, but Gale Sayers was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really, really good. And I think his, it's sort of like Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was so outstanding, but he didn't play very long,
right.
And I think that may, Gale Sayers didn't play all that long, but I agree with you. Adrian Peterson, Damian LaTomlinson, Peterson, and Faulk would be my three that I would, and I'm with you, Emmitt Smith. He just did too many things too good not to be on there.
He wasn't flashy like some of these things. We play for America's team. Come on. Yeah. I think that's anti-Cowboys bias from that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Real quick, it's a two-parter. Your favorite Clint Eastwood movie, favorite Robert De Niro movie. If you need time, we can come back from the break, but Clint Eastwood and Robert De Niro, your favorite movies within a minute.
Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Torino wasn't bad either. Robert De Niro, I don't know that I have a favorite. I'm not a big Robert De Niro fan, but one of his many gangster movies,
Goodfellas is my favorite De Niro movie. Eastwood. What was the one with the monkey? Any Which Way You Can. Yeah. No, we'll give you Eastwood movies when we come back. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Make my day.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. The Open continuing. Spieth lipping out the par 3-6. I would assume that's a bogey, which would move him to +3. He is with Ludwig Aubert today, so it looks like they're both struggling a bit. You you never know, like, I guess you do know if you're paying attention. We haven't really been paying attention with sound or whatever else, but sometimes you have the first half of guys tee off with pleasant weather.
Yes.
And then the late afternoon, it just gets real windy, or otherwise it looks like the wind is picking up.
Yeah, they're just
that is anecdotal.
Yeah, just look at the guy bending over to
line
his butt.
Hovland's
his
shirt is bubbling in the wind.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll have to see what happens there. Now, that's on 6, and that is a McIlroy-Thomas-Fleetwood group. But we just saw Spieth putt out, and they're already on the green. Were they approaching? Did they all 6 of them tee off together?
That's a good question.
What's going on here?
Yeah. That is a very good question.
That's 6, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that was a replay of Spieth. It's hard to know what the golf broadcasts are doing when they're A, multi-view, and B, muted.
How big of an advantage is it if you're a foreign player to play the Open on somewhat home territory?
I think if you're European or Irish or English and grew up playing link-style golf, but there's like, if you were born in, I don't know, Arizona, and your home course when you were a kid was that style of course with no trees, then potentially you have the same advantage. Of course, you might have like the fan advantage if you're a guy that benefits from cheering for you. But a lot of these Irish and English guys, they get that kind of cheer. Like McIlroy's a big star in America.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of a. I mean, it's not like a different game.
Yeah.
It's not like.
I mean, the course
there's less trees. It's certainly a different course.
And it's different for everybody.
It's different for everybody, yeah. And how often are these guys still playing these style courses? Are they working them in? Do they go home in the winter and play every week at these style courses? I would assume it's just more based on the guys that play these courses well. If you hit straight, if you hit fairways, if you don't try to go crazy, if you're patient,
if you want a British Open feel, April with about 4 foot or more of rough at the Rawls course.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that'll give you, and maybe a little misty rain on the side.
Misty rain, certainly a strong breeze.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's very similar in style. I don't know that it's similar as far as the course itself, but there's no trees. But you better be in the fairway because you're going to spend an hour looking for your ball unless you've got people helping you. And that's exactly what happens at the Rawls when the rough is up. You start getting off that fairway, and you're going to spend some time looking.
All right, Lucas, did you have any Eastwood De Niro movies you wanted to add? I do like the spaghetti western era, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah. Even like an Unforgiven, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Yeah. Those are probably my favorite Eastwood movies. And then De Niro, I would be remiss if I didn't add Meet the Parents. Meet the Parents is great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I think it adds to it his prior roles of how tough and rough he was and everything, and then he's one of the parents.
My parents really liked The Intern.
Yeah.
Where
he's older and goes back and is a Google intern. Yes. Oh, no, that's with
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dirty Grandpa, I enjoyed.
I never watched Dirty Grandpa.
I enjoyed that one. And then Clint Eastwood, $1 Million Baby was a good movie for sure.
Yeah, Hilary Swank.
Yes, and then I didn't see it, but is it The Mule?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I really want to see that one.
I've heard a lot of people say good things about that one.
All right, I've got the 16 most used old guy phrases.
Okay.
They're ranked in a bracket style. I'm going to give you 16 to 1 And then maybe you give me some top 5 or whatever
I will.
that you would do. Or do you want to play through the bracket? We could just do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, news flash, buddy, or yellow when you answer the phone?
News flash, buddy.
All right, we're going to go look at what the cat dragged in or hate to burst your bubble.
Ooh. Look what the cat drug in.
All right, let me sneak past you, or don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity, or working hard or hardly working. I like it's a dry heat.
Yeah,
That's
I just started saying
appropriate in Texas.
You can't go wrong anytime old guys are talking about weather. You just can't go wrong.
We're going to put weather forward. All right. When getting a check, what's the damage? Or see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
Is that one in your repertoire?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. You and
in
what
a while, crocodile.
you and what army? Or these are dangerous. Talking about food.
Oh, you and what army?
That's a good one. All right, no more Mr. Nice Guy or Nice Blinker in traffic.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
And then we ready to rock and roll or cool your jets?
Ooh, good ones. We're ready to rock and roll.
All right, let's go news flash, buddy, or the cat dragged in.
The cat dragged in.
Are we gonna go? Did we go sneak past you or don't mind if I think we don't mind if I do or the weather?
Ooh, I got to go weather. I mean, it's everybody old talks about the weather.
And then weather or look what the cat dragged in.
Weather.
Yeah. So weather's in the finals.
Yep.
Then we go see you later, alligator, or you in what army?
See you later, alligator.
And then we go, no more Mr. Nice Guy or ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll.
And then you go rock and roll or alligator.
Rock and roll.
And then it's weather versus
weather.
We ready to rock and
weather.
roll.
Weather.
Any weather joke.
Weather joke.
Right.
Anything about the weather. Anything you're saying is old when you talk, because they've talked about the weather forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my favorite part about the weather jokes or whatever else.
Yeah.
It's you can say the same thing every time you ever hear anyone say anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like your go-to. I keep going back to, it's 95 in Lubbock, but it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. And it never rains. It never rains. It rains buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas, did you have any favorite phrases in there? Do you use any of those?
No, I don't.
The cutoff must be in between 30 and 36 then, because I use quite a bit of them.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, yeah. What about, I got to check this one for poison. When there's like a plate of cookies or something.
Yeah.
That's a go-to in my family.
Or not in your lifetime.
Yeah. What about like it's a secret. I can tell you, but I have to kill you.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, I tell you, but I have to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or tell you when you're older.
Yeah.
And you're never old enough.
No, you're never old enough. No.
That's a good one, Lucas. You're right.
Yeah,
you're never old enough. Yeah. Or
because. Why? Because.
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Yeah,
because I
said
so.
That's more of a parent one than an old guy one, but
a parent one that's really good is go ask your mother.
Yeah, dad phrases. We're gonna do dad phrases next.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench.
Social media platform.
This is Lefty.
Lesson 101 while we were off the air.
McIntyre. There's a lot of ways to make money on the internet.
Yep.
We'll say that.
I find it intriguing when they have the red carpet or they have guest on some talk show or something and they list their occupation as influencer.
Yeah. Well, there's too much of that right now.
Yeah.
But we went from, as a society, this is way off topic, but as a society, we went from classic celebrity in the 90s to reality TV star in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Probably even to the 2010s with the Kardashians. And then that has devolved into influencer, where you're getting TikTok sketch artists on SNL.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they've ever done is just TikTok bits, which is amazing to me. Well, she also had parents in the business, but that's a good head start when you're...
The most amazing thing to me about social media is how Twitter X has become the news source almost as much as TV, radio, print, certainly, as far as headline news or breaking news or something like that. It's just amazing to me how that's happened. I think the immediacy of radio is always going to be there, and people are going to use it for that. I mean, if you want to find out something, quick, and then the video portion, television's always going to have a role and play, but the social media platforms have kind of taken the best of everything and tried to. Some of them not as good as to me, Snapchat has kind of fallen off the side of the platforms.
Yeah, I never...
And I'm sure there's other platforms out there that people are starting right now that are going to be really big someday, but social media is an interesting phenomena.
Yeah. What's gotten bigger, I would say, just kind of from my viewpoint, has been like Twitch.
Yeah.
Live streaming. Everything.
Yeah, Kai Cenat is everywhere.
Yes.
Off the streaming stuff.
iShowSpeed.
Yeah.
Guys like that.
He's been doing like a European tour, which is crazy to me. All right, top defenses in college football. This is according to PFF. Max Chadwick. I've got 10 teams here. Craig, I just want you to list some heavy hitters that you think would be on this list. Lucas, you can toss them in too.
You got to start with Georgia.
Georgia, number 4, in the mix.
Huh.
2 other SEC schools ahead of Georgia.
Really? Alabama, I guess.
Number 1.
Huh. I would have put Georgia number 1.
LSU.
Not on the list. I think we need to accept our biases here. And the Texas Longhorns are number 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
An ACC school and a kind of ACC school also in the top 10.
Clemson and Notre Dame.
Clemson and Notre Dame. Big Ten and SEC, the rest of the teams.
Michigan.
No, the other one.
Ohio State.
Yeah. And then the other one.
Iowa.
Penn State.
Penn State. And
then one more Big Ten school, Oregon.
Defense? Yeah, Dan Lanning, I can see that. Yeah.
Then you have Texas A&M at 9. But the 10th school on the list, amongst all these powerhouses, a Big 12 school.
Gonna be or has been?
Gonna be in 2025.
Oh, it's got to be Tech.
Texas Tech.
Yeah. I think people are higher on our David Bailey and company acquisitions via the transfer portal and NIL or whatever. I think they're higher on that than just about anything anybody else has done.
I think you have a top 3 pass rushing duo.
Yeah.
Interior defensive tackle duo, linebacker duo, and corner duo in the Big 12.
Yeah.
And then safety, we'll see.
The thing that has impressed me so far is the potential for depth on the defensive line that we have never had before. I mean, we're really good on the starters, and we don't drop off a whole lot when the second bunch comes in.
Yeah, when's the last time you had an all Big 12 potential performer as the third defensive tackle on the roster?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's going to be our bread and butter. I mean, because we're going to be able to score, and I think the Colorados in that game last year, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. I think there's just going to be too much pressure, and our defensive corners are better, and our linebacking crew is better, and I have nothing to base this on, but I got a feeling that we're going to see a lot of stunning linebackers.
Total defense is always strange in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as much as it was in like 2014. That was peak Baylor and crazy offenses across the board. West Virginia and TCU, Texas Tech, everybody. Just an offensive conference. It's not that way anymore.
No.
You have Iowa State and Kansas State and Utah and some teams that are defensive forward. Texas Tech is better than 50th in the country this season on defense, yes or no?
Yes.
Total defense.
Yes.
Top 35.
Yes.
Top 20.
Ooh. I think we're right at it. I think we're right at between 20 and 25.
If I gave you a chance to...
Because of the teams we play, for one thing.
Yeah. If I gave you a chance to dream a little and said, let's say you're at least 10-2, you're playing in the Big 12 championship game, what kind of point per game number are you looking at for this defense? Because the best you've had in the last decade is 26 giving up a game.
To be a championship team playing in a championship game, I think you got to be in the 17 to 21 range. I think you've got to be able to hold. I think 21 to 28 points has got to be able to win every game for you. And, just like Iowa held people to 10, 12, 14 points a game, but they couldn't score. I think we're going to score. So I think we've got to hold people to an average of 17, 18, 19 points a game.
That'd be really good.
That would be really good.
That'd be one of the best, if not the best,
in
the last 20 years.
But, and you mentioned it, I think one thing that's going to not help but necessarily make those numbers kind of switch for Big 12 teams, Utah's going to run a lot more. Iowa State's going to run a lot more. West Virginia will run a lot more than they have in the past. I think those kind of teams are going to give you the opportunity to keep people from scoring because it's not going to be wide open and all of a sudden they get a 60-yard pass. And
even BYU, I think, is more of a ball control offense.
Yeah.
You just see much more of that now.
Yeah.
And you'll still potentially be in a game where you're needing to score 42 at the end.
Big 12 is still going to be a passing league. I mean, no doubt about it. I just think they're upping the run game total a little bit.
And you don't play TCU or Baylor,
right?
Who I think will be two schools that do get theirs offensively in the air. All right, we will continue the conversation on the end of the bench when we come back. Ask the Benchwarmers in about 15 minutes.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Time for Ask the Benchwarmers. We will go to the chat line. What time do the Lady Raiders tip off tomorrow? I believe it is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time or Central Daylight Time, whatever it is now. And we're going to go to, I'm going to say FISU or FISU.tv. FISU.tv. And if you go to specifically FISU.tv/browse, there's the full schedule of events. Currently live, 3x3 basketball. I believe it's maybe Germany and New Zealand or something. Rhythmic gymnastics. There's some diving on live, and fencing will start soon. So this is a true Olympic feel. Swimming, taekwondo, also on today.
And the university games, the thought is they're all students. Is that correct? All the athletes?
I believe that is true.
Yeah.
College-age students.
Yeah.
And the Lady Raiders representing Team USA, and they will be playing their first game tomorrow at 1 p.m. on FISU. And then you also said some of it's being broadcast on Discovery Plus?
Discovery Plus online. But that you have to have a subscription to that. But I think FISU.tv is free.
Yes.
I think it's
from what I just tuned into some 3x3 for free.
Yeah.
So I would assume all of them will be free on FISU. And that is the 18th of July basketball preliminaries. And we've said it before on here, don't take the fact that Texas Tech is playing with that team that's going to be next year's team, because the international students, of which we have at least 3, I think, cannot participate with Texas Tech. They can go and they can practice and they can watch, but they can't play in the games because of the rules for some reason. But this is the majority of what the team will look like. You have a few. I think you have a UNLV player on the team.
Yep.
And then a student manager suiting up.
Right.
And then you also have
from Levelland, I believe. Yeah.
I think the UNLV girl is from Canyon.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you also have a player that has signed some sort of professional contract.
Yes, she was from Auburn, I think.
Yeah, Auburn.
Yeah, and then she signed a European professional contract, but she never did go, I don't think. But now they're trying to. I don't know. If she played, I don't know what the question is. She can't come back, I wouldn't think. Of course, who knows now? Today's rules.
Right. And then I think you have a Longhorn on the team as well.
Yeah.
So they're not all Lady Raiders, but the majority. And I don't believe that I saw that Bailey Maupin is not participating.
I haven't. I know she was injured.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have not seen that she's not going to play yet.
So we'll have to stay tuned for that. But they had the walkout yesterday, the Olympic style,
and it was so cool.
Walkout. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. Had USA type uniforms on, and
that's a cool event.
Were waving the little American flags. I mean, it was pretty cool, and I was real happy for those young ladies that they got to partake in something like that, because that's a once in a lifetime type deal.
Benchwarmers, one of the most annoying things in order. He says hordes of flies when you're trying to eat, mosquitoes when you're doing an outside function, construction, Houston traffic, soccer moms yelling at the Little League ump. I think mosquitoes are the worst.
Yeah.
Because those annoy you for weeks if you get a couple of bites.
Yes.
What's the worst place for a mosquito bite?
Ankle.
Ankle and knuckle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because your socks and shoes irritate the ankle.
Rub against it,
yes. Or the jeans, whatever it is down there. And then the knuckle, every time you reach into a pocket, it starts itching, or you're just around doing your daily stuff and you're just mindlessly scratching your knuckles. Knuckles and fingers mosquito bites are the worst, and I seem to always get them on my knuckles.
Yeah. Or the middle of your back.
Where you can't quite reach it.
Yeah, I know it.
Flies are certainly annoying. Any parent yelling at a Little League game is certainly annoying.
Guilty.
Yeah, maybe so. And then I can generally deal with construction, but if it's prolonged construction, maybe
19th Street,
maybe if it's in front of a university or high school.
I've noticed here in Lubbock, specifically, they do a lot of construction during the summer. The college kids are gone, and there's not as many people.
Yeah.
There's still people that live here year-round. So. But summertime here, construction is...
And a lot of times, it's not the construction, it's the people driving.
Yeah.
That drives you nuts.
It's the lanes that they take away for the construction.
The loop construction bothers me when it's around, like, that slide exit.
Yes.
Okay.
The slide Quaker exit, because then it's
between the mall and...
Yes. It takes 30 minutes to get through.
What's the etiquette here? You're in 2 lanes. It's going to go down to 1. Everybody's behind you going down. All of a sudden, this one car that thought they could, and are you supposed to let them in or not?
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, Rob, are you supposed to let them in?
Uh-huh.
Collier, I believe, I don't want to speak for Collier, but Collier, I believe, is as soon as available, you get over into the one lane that you need to be in to go. I'm a zipper guy.
Yeah.
The traffic is made to be in 2 lanes until you're going down, and then at the point of merge, zipper.
Okay.
If people weren't selfish and aggressive and just zippered properly, that's how it's supposed to be done.
So you need to let somebody let you in. If you're zipping, you got to have somebody let you in because you're not going to make your own space.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I prefer to just be in the lane because I don't want to be messing with it.
Right.
But if there's a car to my left and I'm in the merge lane, I will let one car go in front of me, and then I will speed up. I'm not going to let 2 or 3 in front of me. Now, if you're the second car in a zipper and you try to also get over, if you try to take advantage, you're the jerk.
Okay.
But we're zippering at point of attack. That's what I would say.
Take it one step further. You're leaving the game. You're coming out the entrance, but the line going in front of the entrance, somebody's got to let you in or you'll never get in. Do you let that person in, and when do you let that person? Are you the one that's going to stop and let that person in line, or that's somebody else's job behind me?
Like coming out of a parking lot?
Yeah, coming out of a parking lot.
It depends. It depends if the team lost.
Yeah.
Depends on my mood.
And if you're the person coming out of the parking lot, do you inch until they finally don't have a choice?
If it's a natural lull to let somebody in, I will let somebody in. But again, if the person in front of me lets somebody in, then I would feel it's my job to zipper in that respect as well. But we're all trying to leave the same place, right? We're not getting out any faster. And if you're inching forward, I'm not letting you in.
Yep. If I'm coming out of the parking lot, let me in. If I'm going this way, I'm not going to let you in.
The UNLV girl left UNLV and is at UT now. WT, sorry, WT. And then we'll talk about Baron Morton tomorrow. Bottom line up next. We'll see you then.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.